In the previous video, I introduced the third stage of thought leadership, momentum, and all the excitement and opportunity that comes with this stage. But as with the previous two stages, there are hidden patterns and pitfalls here as well. So today I'm going to talk about two of the biggest pitfalls that I see tripping up even the most experienced thought leaders. So let's dive right in. The first pitfall, getting caught up in shiny objects. So with all the excitement and opportunity of momentum, it's easy to think like, what could possibly go wrong? After all, there's this steady stream of opportunities coming in, like people are wanting you to be an influencer for their paid series or wanting to feature you as an expert, for some sort of TV or media production. Not to mention some of your biggest fans and followers, they're involved in some really cool projects as well. And they want to bring you in support of their project and their vision. Now, some of the opportunities that are coming in are obviously not a great fit, but so many of these are really enticing. But here's the thing. Many of these opportunities are not as good as they appear, and there's three reasons for that. First of all, when you say yes to shiny objects, your unique message can become diluted. And here's what I mean by that. So when you've got organizations and associations saying, hey, we'd love you to interview you or to have you write and speak on, all aspects of leadership or sales or communication, it's really flattering. And a lot of us have many areas of expertise, but when you're writing and speaking on such a broad range of topics, that unique message that only you can deliver and that you're called to share can become diluted in the process, and you can come across as a generalist. The second reason is that you can lose sight of your own vision and the unique calling that you have to change the conversation. Yes, this work is about collaboration and working with others, but sometimes we can get pulled into other people's vision instead of following our own unique path. And then finally, when we say yes to shiny objects, we can unknowingly neglect the fundamental strategies that help create the momentum in the first place, such as that consistent effort in developing strategic relationships. And when all this happens, there can be the excitement and opportunity, but the momentum that got you there in the first place begins to wane. That's the first pitfall. The second pitfall is not shifting gears. So when thought leaders arrive in momentum, oh my gosh, there's so much to celebrate. All the strategic relationships, the growth of the audience, all the inbound opportunities. And in that moment of like recognizing the momentum and feeling excited, there can be a simultaneous feeling of like, I'm afraid this is going to go away. And so the temptation for thought leaders can be to keep their head down and work. And this is understandable because conventional wisdom tells us that the only way to achieve our true potential as a thought leader is through sheer grit and effort in putting our nose to the grindstone. And so, what does this look like? Well, when it comes to strategic relationships, it can be easy to ignore all the great connections that you've built with industry associations and groups and the opportunities that are sitting right there to just ask what's next. And instead, focus on creating new relationships because that feels more productive, even though that requires a lot more work. Or like with your content strategy, to say, I've got to keep producing 10 content pieces a month instead of saying, well, what about fewer, more targeted pieces? Would that actually help me accomplish the same goal? So when we don't give ourselves permission to step back and take stock and see what's really happening, thought leaders can not only miss opportunities, but unknowingly go down the path to burnout. Because here's the thing, the level of effort required to get you to momentum in the first place is simply not sustainable for the long term, regardless of your level of commitment to the message. So those are the two pitfalls in momentum that I consistently see. And in this video series, this is the time where I might say, well, here's what's required to get through this particular stage. But unlike the two previous stages, momentum is incredibly complex, and the path to getting through has to be more customized than ever before. Sure, getting through momentum does require recalibration of effort and recalibration of approach. All those things are true. But the reality is that most thought leaders won't get through this stage, even though they have the potential to head into mastery, that fourth stage. So, and I want to be clear, I'm not talking about the fact that thought leaders who don't get through this stage won't be making an impact, because I believe that we can make an impact right now, even if you're in incubation or building, regardless of where you are. What I'm talking about is what's required to achieve your full potential as a thought leader. Next time, I'm going to be talking about all the reasons why this happens, as well as giving you an introduction to the fourth stage, which is mastery. Stay tuned for the next video.